What is up, guys, and welcome back to another day here at Whitley Auto Works. Now, the other day I did a silver holographic flake over top of silver Rust-Oleum paint, and it turned out pretty cool, except for had a lot of texture in it. So today we're going to cover flow coating, how you do it, and we're even going to add some candy to it to make it, well, extra spicy because you guys asked for it. So without further ado, let's get into flow coating this fender. Alright guys, so if you remember this from the other day, as you can see we got some texture in it. Really cool effect with the glitter, very glittery, but we got this texture in it and we want to get that out of it. Now, there's also another reason why I sealed it with 2 additional coats of clear is because this glitter stuff right here, if you don't and then you go back to wet sand it and try to flow coat it, you actually shave the effect off of the glitter. So definitely make sure you seal it with some extra coats of clear, that way you have something to work with. And now, let's get the sanding on this thing and let's get it smooth. Alright guys, so what I got here is nothing fancy. I got some 800 grit sandpaper. Let's see, I'll show you the grit. 800 grit sandpaper and some Soapy Dawn dish soap water. I've got a little microfiber towel so I can wipe it as I'm doing it and see what I've done, make sure I haven't shaved off too much. But basically, I'm going to put it on a soft block right here, wrap it around it, and then we're going to go to smoothing this panel out right here and see if we can get all this texture out. Get it nice and smooth, and then we'll be ready for some more clear coat. So let me get into it. Alright guys, so frankly this whole process is not very hard. It's just a little time consuming and a little boring, honestly. But you just have to kind of, like I said, you have to kind of take your time with it. What I like to do is I like to get my soapy water on there. And I like to kind of go over it a little bit. Kind of start with different sections, or start with the same section, should I say. And you just want to kind of go at it, level it off, and then go back and wipe. And you'll see the differentiation in the panel itself when you're doing it. As I do it, I will do some other sections and I'll show you guys, but you'll have darker spots and lighter spots, and that shows you your orange peel and your texture. And no matter how good of a finish you get in any paint job, if you go back and do this with 800 grit, you will always see a little bit of orange peel and texture. Sometimes it don't show up good on camera. Some people say, oh, I got it perfect, I laid it out like glass, but I guarantee you, this right here is the truth teller, and every time you do it, you will see a little bit of orange peel on any paint job. So I'm going to keep doing this, and I'll show you guys when I get a little bit further along with the texture. Alright guys, I've been sitting on this a little bit, but if you get up close now, see, you can see all the texture that's left behind. And if you look up here, you see how it's getting kind of smooth, and you're getting down to where there's no dots. That's what you want to see. You want to get it pretty much where it's completely flat like that. And I got a little ways to go, as you can tell, but that's the whole process, guys. You want to get all this out to where it's completely level. Now, when you get in these like creases and curves and stuff, be very careful, especially like on a body line like this. You will cut through very, very quick, and we're not trying to shave all the glitter off because we still want the effect, but you know, you just gotta really take your time with it, guys. Sand a little, go back, wipe it, check it, and rinse and repeat pretty much until you get it completely flat like you want it, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright guys, I've been leveling this off at 800. I've got it pretty flat. As you can see, it's not 100% perfect. All these are indentations. I've got to where in a couple areas I've noticed I'm pretty much down to the glitter. So obviously I probably should have added one more coat of clear. But since I'm going to be stacking candy coats of clear on top of this, I am not worried about it. It will probably smooth out very, very well. And this is just a test fender for me, so... But you definitely want to get everything incredibly smooth, and then when you go back, you re-clear it, you can cut and buff it, and get it 100% perfect. So, alright, let's move on to candy. Alright guys, so like I said, if you just wanted to re-clear this and cut and buff it and have it 100% perfect, you can get a show car finish out of it, and have a really cool holographic effect. Me, I'm going a different route because this is a test fender and because you guys asked for it. We're going to be doing Limelight Candy Red over top of it. Now, I would be doing this in Finish One Clear. Typically, you would do this in a mid coat, but you know, I'm doing this poor man style today, so I'm going to mix up some Finish One Clear, and I'm going to bring you guys in close so you can see this candy. Alright, so for those of you who have not seen this before, I'll be using Limelight Candy Concentrate, guys. Now, this is a liquid candy additive that you typically put in a mid-coat. Has a little scale on the back of it, for those who have never seen it. And it shows you how to mix different colors and everything else. Typically, you do this in the mid-coat, like I said, guys. But today, I'm going to be using my popsicle method, and I'm going to be drizzling it into 10 ounces total of clear coat, and we're going to get a really cool candy effect. We'll probably have to do quite a few coats to get full coverage, but you know, that's kind of the fun of it. This is just a test fender and just showing you guys how to get this done. If you decide to do this in clear coat, guys, you will have to go back after the fact and add additional coats of just clear to protect the candy layers, because it really hurts the UV protection mixing it and doing it this way, guys. But you definitely can. And like I said, this is the budget-friendly poor man style. So, alright, I think I've dripped quite enough candy into it. Let me get to mixing it. And you will be able to tell pretty quick. That right there turns into a Hawaiian punch. So, very, very cool. This is going to tint the panel and give it that candy effect. And you always want to do this over the top of a metallic base of some sort. So, we've got our metallic holographic ready to go. So, let's load up the paint gun and let's get to laying some candy red over top. Alright guys, so I got my paint gun here loaded up with some Limelight Candy Red Clear, poor man style, budget friendly. We're going to do consistent coats, light to medium on this until we get really good coverage, and then we'll take it out in the sun and see what we got. This paint gun I'm using today has a 1.3 tip. I shoot a 28 psi wide open trigger. Now typically they do make holographic pearl versions, and if you do that you won't have to deal with all these textures. But if you do flakes, this is what you're in for. That's just the nature of the beast when it comes to custom painting. So definitely, like I said, if you don't want to deal with that, look into some pearls and you can get a really good metallic, shoot some candy like this over top of it, and have a really cool poor man's candy paint job. But that's it for me. I'm going to put my mask on. Let's get to spraying. Alright guys, so that's got a pretty nice candy effect with a nice sparkle to it. I know I'm kind of in the way with some of this footage. It's kind of early in the morning, but man, that's got a trippy looking sparkle to it. Just like Dorothy's ruby red slippers, really. Pretty cool. Well, this turned out interesting. Today, because you guys requested it, we took my silver holographic fender from the other day and we candy flow coated it, guys. That's what I'm calling this, because we sanded it down, we flow coated it with clear, and we just happened to throw some candy into it. And you can use that to turn any paint job with a good solid metallic base into a candy paint job. So 16 ounces of the Limelight candy concentrate goes for a gallon of mixed and everything, or you can do it in the clear or the mid coat, and it can be reduced. So definitely go check out the instructions on Limelight's website before you attempt something like this. But yes, you can effectively turn any metallic paint job into a candy paint job. You do want to do a test spray out ahead of time. That way you know what you're getting yourself into. And definitely, if you decide to do it, take your time between coats. Let everything set up good. I've seen too many people send me candy paint jobs and they had issues because they did not wait long enough for the coats to set up. And I know it's hard, guys. You know, everybody wants to get done as quickly as possible. We get excited, and, you know, take your time with any paint job to get the best results. Over silver, however, is very interesting, guys. You get a lot of pinks, and it takes a lot of coverage to get full saturation. We did lose the holographic properties on this fender with the candy, because the candy just kind of dominated and took over. Looks much like Dorothy's red slippers from the Wizard of Oz. But very, very cool effects in the sun. I hope you saw it pretty good on camera. But yeah, you get the candy with the extra pop and sparkle of the flake, and just really, really cool overall. But hey, it ain't up to me, guys. It's up to you guys. Rate it 1 through 5, 1 through 10. If you want to buy any of the products you saw used in today's episode, links are always in the description. It's in my Amazon store, the one that says Ask C on YouTube. The link will take you to my store. You can purchase everything there for the same price I get it. They will give me a little bit of a kickback from it, but it won't cost you anything extra, and you get the benefits of Amazon Prime and everything else they have to offer. If you made it this far in the video and you always find yourself coming back, seeing what's going on at Whitley Auto Works, definitely take a second, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, ring the little bell right beside it. That way you get notified every time a new episode drops, because I've had a lot of people say, how did I miss this episode? It's probably because your little bell ain't on, so make sure that bell's on, guys. Leave me a quick like and comment. It helps me out tremendously with the algorithm, guys. The algorithm's been doing some crazy stuff here lately, and I don't even think a lot of people are seeing my stuff. So definitely leave me a like and comment and share the videos. That way I can continue to spread out there and show people how to save money, having fun, doing budget-friendly paint job stuff. So whether you're painting a whole car or just a small project at home like a guitar or, you know, an RC car, something like that, I've seen everything, mailboxes. But, you know, I'll help any way I can, guys. I'm always in the comments answering your questions. So, you know, just make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to Whitley Auto Works. As always, guys, I'm John from Whitley Auto Works. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.